According to The Extreme Future by James Canton and That Used to Be Us by Thomas Friedman and Michael Mandelbaum, our country is on the brink of unprecedented change. How we adapt to the changes and influence them will profoundly impact us as Americans and as individuals. The first significant change is fueling the future. In the race for renewable energy, America must invest in innovation. Higher education must educate a population who can create solutions to this problem before our supplies are depleted. We face a national security issue as we compete for both resources and alternatives. Innovation, capitalism, and democracy equal prosperity and peace. We must be able to compete for top thinkers and talent who will teach innovation and entrepreneurship. We need to figure out how to lower production costs and negative planet impact, and the government should provide accountability to challenge us to get to the next level. Our future workforce will be dominated by Hispanics and women. We will need a workforce ready for high-tech, skilled jobs. The U.S. will lose the global war for talent unless we find ways to avoid the severe workforce shortages we are facing due to a lack of preparation in science, math, writing, and critical thinking. The U.S. has an aging population, but medical advances could soon result in people living to 100 years old and beyond. DNA, stem cell, and pharmaceutical advances are anticipated to treat and prevent illness, predict illness, and enhance human life. Brain and neuroscience combined with technology may lead to robotic and internal devices used to turn on or off behaviors, functions, and diseases. According to Friedman and Mandelbaum, employment polarization results from advances in technology that have replaced humans with automated systems. The skilled, educated do well, while others have little to no job options. We will need non-routine, high-skilled workers who are able to work with IT in order to create more global marketplaces that buy and sell around the world. What happens when the internet wakes up? What impact will artificial life have on society? Can we really live in space? The future of science is mind-blowing and rapidly advancing. To say that higher education is struggling to keep up with the pace is not only an understatement, but a threat to our economic viability as a country. The future of our national and personal security is facing unprecedented challenges, and balancing national safety and personal privacy is getting more and more difficult. From cyber terrorism to the end of personal privacy, citizens need to be prepared to participate in democratic systems and fight for freedoms that new technologies are already taking away. From identity theft to phone tapping to unheard of amounts of stored computer data, much of who we are can be fished from a sea of information. Combine those intrusions with the potential for pandemics and bioterrorism, and the future of our national security will require global collaborative efforts from government, medicine, business, and industry. Globalization is the free movement of people, goods, services, and capital across national borders. Many jobs in our country are being automated, digitized, and outsourced. Globalization can be a deterrent to terrorism, though, because it can reduce poverty, support education, and improve health care. Where does one even begin when discussing current threats to our planet? Lack of farmland, food, clean water, clean air, lack of biodiversity, overfishing, illegal forestry, global warming, pollution, population growth, and countless other factors are going to force us to make changes or suffer extinction. Businesses will have to get green, the government will have to push for it, and citizens will have to both demand it and be willing to at least initially pay for it. Opportunities in hydrogen, wind, and other technologies may offer solutions and employment opportunities. With over 3 billion people on the planet, governmental control for the common good will likely increase. This means that we, the people, must prepare ourselves to protect our rights and freedoms in a world that may have the capabilities to control thought, steal DNA, ID citizens with smart chips, and deliver behavior-modifying pharmaceuticals. Half the population in China is currently below the age of 25. They demonstrate a powerful work ethic, aspirations for prosperity, and are currently stabilizing the U.S. and global economy. They own $1 trillion and $1 trillion worth of U.S. bonds. Peking University received more than 1 million applications last year. Meanwhile, the U.S. is facing a paralyzed and polarized political system that will need to get moving if we are to catch up with the challenges they present to every town and every industry in America. So what is to be done? Anticipation, adaptation, evolution, and innovation. Or as John Boyd puts it, observe, orient, decide, and act. These are the keys to our future success. According to That Used to Be Us, the 5 pillars for economic growth are public education, continual modernization of infrastructure, immigration, research and development, and regulations and safeguards regarding private economic activity. Higher education needs to focus on programs that teach science, technology, national and foreign policy, foreign language, and environmental protection. Education as a whole needs to become a national priority, the first thing to be funded and the last to be cut, if we are to keep up with the demands of the future. We must be leaders in supporting free trade, free press, enterprise, and forward-thinking ideas. All education, including higher education, will need to be overhauled to focus on creativity, imagination, law and governance, and leadership. We need to be able to meet these demands of an evolving health field and be the country who is pioneering those innovations. Employers want employees who can think critically, adapt to complex tasks, work collaboratively, and not only just do their jobs, but reinvent them, refine them, and enhance them. It is the job of higher education to build these skills. Consequently, higher education is losing the fight for liberal education, especially those based on the great books and learning just for the sake of learning. Instead, universities are moving to a model that is more in line with job preparation and skill building. Current government funding for education, research, and development is not going to get us there, and we need a strategy and paradigm shift to change that. Americans need to be educated in ways that will enable them to create businesses that heal the environment. They need to hold one another accountable and advance our clean technology. Canton predicts that it will take over $1 billion to clean up the planet, which creates the largest new business opportunity in the world. Higher education can make sure America gets their piece of this pie by preparing students to face these challenges. Unfortunately, according to Friedman and Mandelbaum, the U.S. is falling behind on educating the workforce, admitting immigrants who can help move our country forward, investing in infrastructure, funding research, and developing intelligent tax laws and incentives. Remedies will take collective action and collective sacrifice. Make teachers a priority, pay them well, and create a system where the best and brightest want to work. According to the readings, American people are undeterred by obstacles, hard times, money shortages, and weak-kneed politicians. Both our country and our economy remain the most open in the world, and the international order of the 21st century will be won or lost in today's public school classrooms. In closing, I'd like to point out that I completed and submitted this assignment wirelessly on a notebook-sized computer a state away from the university I attend as part of an individualized doctoral class. Hopefully, though, if Americans step up to the challenges that face us, my daughter will one day look back and see this as technological and educational antiquity, and I will be amazed by what her generation is able to do.